Hi, this is David Bedford. Welcome to Liverpool, birthplace of the Beatles, where we take trips round on our own little magical mystery tour, the Beatles Liverpool, and discover some of their famous locations. So today we're going to go and discover a place where John Lennon spent quite a bit of time and had a huge effect on his musical life. And of course it will be Julia, who was a huge influence on John. While he was here, she taught him to play the banjo, and she would sing, she would play records, and she really encouraged his musical career.
So let's take a wander and go inside 1 Blomfield Road, Julia Lennon's house. So of course it was at this door that John Lennon opened to find out that his mum had been knocked down, and of course she died very, very soon afterwards. But if we go inside the house, let's start upstairs, and we'll go first of all into the room that would have been Jackie's room, but when John stayed, this is where he stayed. Jackie was kicked out and went in with her sister Julia. So this was John's bedroom. He had a nice view out over their back garden. It's only a small garden, of course it's a corner property, so it's like triangular in shape. And he would have looked over the backs of some of the houses. There was an allotment out there as well. So it was a nice place to live on this Springwood estate. So we go back out of John's room. So next is the toilet, and apparently Paul McCartney played his guitar in here. Only possible because he could have sat on the toilet with the neck of the guitar sticking out into the landing because he's left-handed. So with the door open just about. This is the important room. This is the bathroom. Shower now, but it did have a bath in it. This is where, on some occasions, the Quarrymen rehearsed with Julia as well. So the bath was situated there next to the wash basin. Not the biggest of rooms, which is why they would have had to stand in the bath as well. Must have been fun. Look at those tiles. Would have made the acoustics really good. So out of there and into the next bedroom. This would have been Julia's bedroom. That's Julia, John's sister. And this is where Jackie would have shared the room with her sister when John came to stay, which of course he did quite often. Again, nice sized room. These houses actually got good sized rooms. A lot of it hasn't changed since it was built, probably back in the 1920s. So we can leave Julia's room, and the next one to go and see, this is Julia and Bobby's room. This is their bedroom. So again, a good sized room. This is where, of course, there was that famous incident captured in Nowhere Boy with John and Julia on the bed. Need I say any more? So we leave the upstairs, let's head downstairs. This takes us back down to the front door. Of course, it's a new door now. But this was the door that John opened to the police on that horrible night on the 15th of July 1958. So into the front living room. Now, of course, we would have had the music in here maybe some of the time with Julia teaching John to play. There would have been music, there would have been dancing. Back out into the hallway. The kitchen is actually a real decent size. Little larder there, so Julia would have had a nice larder and pantry to keep her food. And it is a really big kitchen, considering the size of the house. Now, this would have been walled up. It's now got wooden doors, which take you through into the other main room. And again, you can imagine the music, the dancing, and just the general talking that went on in this room. So many memories if these walls could talk, eh? And let's say goodbye to 1 Blomfield Road, where John spent many a happy hour with his mum, Julia.